All right, so today I got a bit of a different um video. This is not gonna be a music video at all. It's not gonna be the normal upload before or after this. I just wanted to rant about something that I cannot really rant to anybody in my life to. I don't know anybody who cares about this shit in my real life. So I figure, why not put it out there? Maybe somebody watching this is gonna be like, yeah, you know what? He's right on point with that shit. And that is my hate for Windows 11. I hate Windows 11. I have Windows 11. I can't fucking stand Windows 11. It's such a pain in the ass. Like, again, nobody in my life uses computers that much, and I myself am not like the most tech savvy motherfucker or like a super computer guy that it's almost an IT motherfucker or anything like that. But as a music producer, I do use the computer a lot. And my last job um, was as a I was tech support for a uh, for a bookkeeping software. It was for QuickBooks. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna reveal any like secrets about it or some shit like that. But the point is that I had to use a computer in my work, in my job site. And most of my everything I did every day was take calls from people having issues with their softwares, right? And help them through it, right? Because I was knowledgeable about the. I'm supposed to be an expert on that on the program, and I didn't know how to fix a lot of issues. So basically, Windows 11 comes out, and well, the computers in my job site are all Windows 10, right? But they did tell us like, yo, we're gonna try to update to Windows 11 as soon as possible. And most people that knew about how Windows 11 was like, ah, shit, this shit's gonna suck. I mean, the fucking computers already suck with Windows 10, so we wouldn't like it was in. We just didn't want that shit, right? And obviously, I mean, Windows 11 comes out, and you know, you know how it is. They immediately want you to move to Windows 11 if you have Windows on your computer. I myself used to have a different computer where I avoid Windows 11 as much as I could. I never updated it. It's just that computer went to shit, and I had to buy a new one. So, and this one already came with Windows 11, so I had no option. I was fucked. But with my personal computer, I did everything I could not to be on Windows 11. And so Windows 11 comes out, and we start getting so many calls about so much fucking dumb bullshit. Like it's coming from Windows 11, right? Because they have this such super security, super like protective of your computer and shit, and they block shit out all the time, like randomly. Like they just obstruct your fucking workflow and shit. So, for example, I mean, I don't know anybody watching this has used QuickBooks or whatnot, but you basically can't print things from it, right? You can print checks or receipts and shit like that, right? So we start getting hella calls about people not being able to print anything, and also for some reason, if you can't print, you can also not send emails. I don't know why that should happen, but we got hella calls like, yo, I need to pay this person and I can't print the check, and like I send them an email, I can even send no emails and a bunch of shit. So first time I got that call, I was unaware why this was happening. And I did all the normal troubleshooting with it for fixing this issue, and nothing fucking worked. And I was for like in call with an hour. You know, I remember it was this lady. I forget what her company was. What what she was uh, exactly what her job was, right? But we were an hour on the phone trying this and trying that. You know, following the normal procedures. I already know how to fix things. You know, we check the connections from her computer to the printer, even though she told me like right away, like, oh, but everything I can print on, like, I think she says she printed a Excel or something. I already print other things out, but you're supposed to believe the client, even though a lot of them lie a lot, right? They don't know what they're doing and they lie to you so they don't look dumb and shit. And I was starting to think that it was the case, like she was just lying to me and she didn't really know what the fuck she was doing, but she did, right? So we were for like an hour trying this and trying that. Nothing worked. I made her restart her computer hella times, like at least five. Nothing fucking worked. And I was like, why the fuck is this happening to me now? I fucking lose my lunchtime trying to help this poor lady. She was so frustrated, and I get it, like an hour of work lose just because you can't print some shit out and you don't know why. And obviously, if you put yourself in the customer situation, they're paying a expensive subscription to use this fucking software, and she didn't working, and she's actually obstructing her job. Of course, she's fucking mad. I'd be mad too. And it wasn't until another colleague of mine, she stood up, because it's normal, right? We have our every time you saw somebody that was like over 40 minutes on a call, you were like, yo, what the fuck's up? What's your issue? And so she comes up to me like, what's going on? Like, why you're almost 2 hours on this call? And I'm like, we can't print shit. The fucking printer just doesn't recognize QuickBooks, but the computer itself is connected, and I don't know what the fuck to do. And she just told me like, oh, ask her what Windows does she have. Does she have Windows 10? And I'm like, oh, miss, do you have Windows 10? And she was like, no, I just switched to Windows 11 like last week or some shit. And she told me like, oh, you have to go to panel control and look for the Windows permissions and shit. So basically, you have to allow Windows permission for it to give access to different apps to use the fucking printer. And I was like, fucking stupid. It's different than the firewall. We actually dealt a lot with the firewall because the software has this thing where you can. I mean, it's desktop version of the software, and I mean that's on your desktop, right? It's not really necessary for you to be connected to the internet or nothing like that. But you only have work in your computer, and it had this version where you could make a server basically to that multiple computers. I think it was 5 computers at least to be able to work on the same thing at the same time, basically, right? It's just how a server is, and we had to setting up a server like that. It was so fucking annoying. If you were super good at it, it was 20 minutes per computer, and sometimes people have like 3 computers, and that's already an hour or some shit, right? It was a usual call that they will have to update it, so you have to update all the computers in the server. It's just tedious shit, but it's not the most hard thing in the world. However, when Windows 11 came out, so much fucking people lose that function because in their security shit, Windows 11 decided to block the fucking server. Even though It's not like a server just created in the software itself. You have to first create a server through Windows. So Windows fucking block its own fucking server and block the software out of the server. And so there's these people who just, you know, usually it's an important thing, right? You're not usually doing bookkeeping shit super hard every day. It's just when you kind of need it and it's important. So they have this important thing to do, and they have all these things set up, and they're like, okay, let's do this shit, and they fucking can't. And mind you, this fucking multi-server function is not fucking free. You have to pay. Um, First, you have to pay, if I remember correctly, $300 to have a subscription that allows you to make the server, right? Basically, for the permission for you to make the server, you need to pay $300, and then $200 more per computer you connect to the server, and you have five maximum, right? So whatever, like, this shit is expensive. Again, putting myself in the clients, in the user of the software place is like, I'm paying all this fucking money you don't let me do this shit because obviously the first thing that you because everything else is working fine on your computer, so you assume is the software. Oh man, is this fucking bullshit that doesn't work and I just pay for it, blah blah blah. They get mad as hell, and I get it, right? They don't know that it's fucking Windows blocking this shit, and I didn't know either until like 2 months after Windows 11 came out. We already every call we got, it was the fucking first question, like, oh, do you have Windows 10 or do you have Windows 11? And quite literally, it was like at least 3 times a day. Somebody couldn't print shit because of the Windows blockage of their fucking printer for some reason. Like, what the fuck is that bullshit? Needless, dumb, stupid protection for my own printer? What the fuck is wrong with that? Who fucking come up with this shit? Right? And so Windows 11, again, it has like software updates, like minute updates every now and then. You know that shit. You try to fucking finish your day off, try and turn off your computer, and it's like, oh, you have updates. You have to make updates. Do you want to make updates and turn it off then, or do you want to restart your computer after you make? You have to make the updates, and every fucking time you make the updates, they log you out of shit again, right? Fucking functions from this expensive app software that, mind you, is a bookkeeping software, so it has all your taxes and all your important ass information. Sometimes even uh, there's this function where you can like pay your people. You put the payroll in there, and they blocking shit out of there, and they can't use the shit the payment day, right? Because they obviously notice that shit's wrong when it starts to fucking fail, right? You know, when it's time to pay them and nobody's getting paid, what the fuck? Why is that? Well, because Windows 11 decided that it was a fucking security breach for your fucking software you installed to get and give access to your fucking printer. Oh, now you can't print shit, so you can print the checks. You can't pay your people. Fuck you, cause I'm Windows 11 and I want to do whatever. I want to fucking obstruct your working, bro. Like, I get so frustrated even just talking about it. I even lost the words. I don't even make sense what I'm saying. It's crazy. And so I'm in this job, and this is happening for like 2 months, right? And unfortunately now it's time for us, the workers, to get fucking Windows 11 in our computers. So they update all of our computers, and I don't know how it is in the US, but at least here in Mexico, when you work at these type of places like call centers and tech shit, they make the computers with like a parental lock type shit that you cannot access pretty much nothing. You don't have access to Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube or anything for a good reason. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong because at the end of the day, we're managing some sensitive information, right, from certain people. Like maybe sometimes you get the email, and I think that's enough of a security breach. Or I wouldn't want some random person I don't know from another country to be able to see my email. But you have their emails, you might be able to see their phone numbers, their full name, the address of their business. So it makes sense for you not to be able to uh, get none of this information out of the office. You cannot even get inside with your phone or nothing. And I understand that. But then when after we got Windows 11, they solved these other blockages of dumb shit. Like you cannot see the fucking um, hour anymore. Like you used to be able to click on time that you have there, like oh it's 3 p.m. with certain seconds. You couldn't do that anymore. God knows why the fuck they did that shit. And the thing is that obviously for this thing to work, you have to put in different settings and shit. I'm not super sure about it. Again, I'm not the most tech savvy guy, but it's a specific settings and like a specific like a profile for it to be set up in this way, right? Basically, there's a administrator and you're a user, and you have everything blocked. So normally you just get into your workstation, turn your fucking computer on, put your information in, you get in, and you're good to go. But after Windows 11 was installed in all over computers, we often turn the computer to just a regular computer without all this blockage and fucking bullshit. And we like obviously we cannot really work that way, right? They will penalize us as workers if we just start working and we have all this access to social media and shit. Even Google is blocked, and now we can't get into Google and shit. So every time you got the computer normal, you have to restart it until you got the right settings. And this shit sometimes takes like fucking 3 attempts. And these computers suck ass. They're old as fuck. They're barely functional sometimes. Restarting one of those computers is at least fucking 10 minutes. And of course, this is a big fucking company, capitalist bullshit. Every time you're not connected and on call and doing your shit, you don't get paid for it, right? And me personally, I had a great relationship with like my supervisor, my right next person in command. So they will. I just told them like, yo, this fucking shit, this fucking stupid computer isn't working right, and they will make me an exception and don't fuck up my pay. But that was just me and my immediate circle of people in my cubicle. But there's like 100 cubicles there. Not everybody has a good relationship, and not every supervisor was that cool of a person. So they would fucking lose pay, right? They would get deducted payment because the fucking Windows 11 just isn't respecting the fucking settings they they wanted the computer to have, and it's fucking bullshit. Like you're losing money that man maybe just $1 or whatever or 30 pesos or whatever shit. It doesn't matter. I'm on my fucking work site and I'm trying to work, and it's fucking Windows 11 blocking my shit, and I'm losing money out of it. That's just fucking disgusting. And even so, like even times because I had a good relationship with my supervisor, sometimes we're not in the same shift. Sometimes I got there before her got there, so she doesn't have she would have to see that I have the issue, and then be like, okay, I'm gonna fix it for you. I'm gonna patch things out. You're gonna get your full pay. But sometimes when she wasn't there because she was scheduled after me, so maybe I got in there 7 a.m. and she was there up until like 9. She can't really help me because she didn't saw it with her own eyes, and then she would get penalized if she just said, "Oh yeah, you just pay him normal." I'm sure he was having an issue, not just wasting his time. Bullshit. It's one of those like if she would have helped me in that situation, she would got in trouble, right? Thankfully, that only happened one time, but it happened, right? It happened. I'm still losing money, and the possibility of losing money because Windows 11 doesn't want to copyright again. It was always there, and it's just annoying. It's just frustrating. And even now, right? Now that I have this computer and this computer is in Windows 11, it just sometimes gets in the way of shit I'm doing. Like for example, I have plugins, right, that are not native to the DAW I use, right? I use Ableton, and I have this United Audio. What? I have a bunch of free plugins from Universal Audio. That's the name, right? I think everybody who does music at least has one plugin of them. So I have these plugins and whatnot. And one of these times that the computer made an update for Windows, it blocked me out of the fucking plugins because it said that the fucking to run the plugins you need their, I think it's AU or some shit. Um, that's the name of the app that you have to download for your plugins to run. It just said it was too invasive, and it's. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? It's too invasive. It's a fucking plugin. Like, I have to turn off like security shit like for apps or something. I forget what it was, but it took me like 30 minutes where I could just be doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to mix this track, and just Windows decided that, man, this app is too fucking invasive. It's not secure for you. This app that you downloaded of your own volition with your consent, and when you fucking install it, we run a fucking we scanned the shit for viruses and we didn't find none because it's not a virus in the shit. It's not. It's just an official fucking app. There's no virus in this, and we ask you, do you want this app to make changes in your shit? I say yes. Why the fuck are you blocking me out of this shit now? Like the fuck? It's just annoying as hell. It's just annoying as fucking hell. Like, it, I cannot. I don't see why it was necessary, right? Like, why the fuck are we on Windows 11? What the fuck was the need for that? And it's because, again, I don't want to sound like I don't want to get super political and shit, but it's capitalist bullshit because they created this job for IT guy and how does it called? I forgot how it's called, but people who make the updates for this shit, right? They make this job. Now, sometimes you just don't have anything to do, but you have a job. You have these people whose whole livelihood depends on them having to make updates to the software. The software doesn't need updates. The software, the software is already great, but they have to make something because they have to justify their payment and their existence of their fucking job. So now you have all these poor people who they have kind of become obsolete at a certain point, right? Like what more can you add to Windows 10? Windows 10 was already great. Probably since Windows, I don't remember, I think it was Windows 8, the one that was super shitty. I don't remember, but she was good. She was cool. She was smooth. We didn't need fucking Windows 11, but they had to justify them having their fucking nephew or whoever. Like, they create this whole thing, and it happens a lot with different things. Like, you don't need this job. You don't need this to really exist like that. You don't have to always be making updates on shit. You made a great product. Let it be great. but because they have to justify, they have to keep people on payroll, they have to keep justifying paying these people, they have to keep making shit, and they just like, I don't know. I guess they're just winging it. Like, man, maybe we can make security more invasive, right? Okay, I know they already give us permission to do this. Block that shit out. Block that shit out. Whatever. Fuck it. Let's make it harder for them to use a computer. Like, oh my god, it just pissed me the fuck off so much. Like, and it's not the interns' fault, right? They were hired, and then they get this fucking. They're obligated to make more updates to this shit that doesn't need updates. That's the issue, right? There's sometimes there's good shit for certain different things. Like, for example, what it was, I think it's FL 2026, where you can they have this function on stems, like you put a track in and separates every um it separates the song, right? It gives you the drums, it takes out all the elements. That's great for mixing, that's great for sampling, that's a great update, that's a good ass update, right? But it's really rare that you have updates like that. Like, I cannot even think what else you could do with Windows for Windows. Like, it's already good. Windows 10 was great. You should have just leave it there. Like, I don't understand. What else can you add to this shit? And now it's just this AI bullshit. Like, oh, now it has AI. I don't care that it has AI. It had AI already, right? A lot of bullshit is AI. A lot of things work with AI in a way. But now this specifically this fucking like content creating AI shit. Like, you can prompt a video with AI, right? I would say I like the fact that Windows 11 has its own built-in um, video editing software with the Clipchamp shit. I use that. That's where I'm editing my videos now. I will get another one soon, probably, because unfortunately it's depending on the internet, right? Here, me specifically, I don't have the best internet, and sometimes it's just fucking trash and it doesn't work, and I cannot edit the fucking videos. But whatever, like, it's still a good thing, right? Because maybe you're not like a super, like, maybe you're not a YouTuber, you don't really do content creation that much, but you want to make a video here and there, right? Like, I don't know, maybe you want to make a video for your significant other and just a little cute shit for a birthday or something. You don't have to go get a software, you already have one in, built in. That's good. But then they have this all this AI shit, like, oh, now you can make a generated video of background or whatever. Like, I don't need this shit. Like, this isn't your great update you think it is. It's some mild shit. I don't give a fuck. And it happens a lot. For example, like, I think Apple sometimes holds back their progress because, like, what the fuck was it last announcement? Like, oh shit, we just now you can move the icons or some shit that Android has had forever. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just rambling now. just I've just got angry and I'm just getting my anger out with no rhyme or reason. But yeah, I just wanted to put this out of my chest. How much I hate Windows 11. How much it just annoys the fuck out of me. Every time I see an update, I'm scared that it's just gonna block me out of something that I use a lot. But what can I do, really, right? Well, that's pretty much it. Um, Give a like if you hate Windows 11 too. Subscribe if you hate Windows 11 too. Why the fuck not? Also, if you like the background track I have playing in this, I made that track. I mentioned it in the middle of this rant that I'm a music producer. If you want that kind of content, subscribe for music content. That's what I usually do. You want me to help you with your music? Get in contact with me. Shoot me a DM, leave a comment, all that nice, all the nice shit. But well, that's pretty much it. Bye.